Hello and welcome back to the worst Warmachine channel on the internet. I'm Malorian, and this is Malorian Weekly, and kind of like an extra. I usually try and do one video per week, but something came up that I want to add in an extra one here, and I want to keep to my schedule, so instead of pushing everything back a week, we're just going to do an extra one this week. Now, something happened this week that was a little bit of controversy, a controversy, something that, like some of us YouTubers and content people love getting our dirty fingers into because it gives us something to talk about. And it's one of these things where really it probably wasn't a big deal. Some people are trying to turn it into a big deal, but it's something that I think that I wanted to do a video on just in case you're like one of those innocent, more like, nice thinking people that went to something like a scorn memes or a Reddit or whatever, and you see this post talking about it, you could be led down the wrong way. So I wanted to kind of get the information out there so that we're all kind of like thinking about this in the right direction. Now, what happened? What are you even talking about? To get to it. Okay, well, what happened is that Privateer Press raise some prices. Now, when this was put out there, already people like from Line of Sight were really doing their best to try and put this in a good light. And they said, okay, everybody, understand that the banner at the top, the title of this is not really Privateer Press raising prices. It's more so Privateer Press is going to slightly increase the prices on some few models that they haven't increased the price on since 2008. And to be honest, if you just think about that part, it's like, oh, this is not really a big deal. But again, it's almost one of those things where like the more you try and sell something, the more people kind of like think that you're trying to be tricked or trying to look to see if you're wrong. And I think one of the things that people put out there that kind of makes it look like this is a falsehood is if you look at some of their products over time, you can see the prices going up. Comparable products from, 10 years ago to 5 years ago to now, like that type of a thing, you can definitely see the price going up and up and up. So the statement, they haven't been raising prices, seems false because you look at their products and up and up and up. And so really, if you think of inflation and everything else, they've been doing what's been making sense, right? When you release a product, they sell it for what is reasonable at that time. Again, they're a company, they can sell their stuff for whatever they want, but they're also not idiots and they're going to sell it for what they think will actually sell. And so based on inflation and blah, 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 that's going to go up over time. Now, the fact that they have not been raising prices on older stuff is actually just commendable, right? The idea that like this old model, we made that a while ago. It can stay at the same price. Who really cares? And, that's a good thing. I think the other thing too we should be thinking about is that odds are most of their income comes from newer models, right? Because if you're an experienced gamer like me, I don't go around buying old models anymore. I have them. They're on my shelves. I'm spending my money on the newer things. So I'm sure from like a cash flow stream, it didn't even really have a big impact on them on the fact that they actually had those old models lower anyway. So, that's like just me guessing, but something to kind of consider and get in your heads that, this is actually like a nice thing that they have not been raising the prices. Now, here's something else I also want to make sure that people are thinking about in their heads is that if you're going to be worried about a company changing prices, it should be, okay, if everything's like skyrocketing up, that could be something that's bad. That's not what's happening here. However, the other thing is that when prices go down, the times when like Privateer Press does big, huge sales, and especially their big things, there's like boxes full of $400 models for $100, sell, out. That's when something weird is going on. And that's when you should actually be wondering about like, why are you trying to sell things out? What's happening? by the way, when it did happen, they were trying to empty out some warehouses that they weren't going to use anymore, and they're moving, like that type of thing. But I mean, that's the time when you should be worried about, like, oh, wow, are you trying to get out of the market? Are you trying to get out of doing Warmachine? Are you trying to sell the company and make it easy to hand over, or whatever it is? Like, those types of worries happens when you're selling things at huge discounts. When stores are doing their going out of, business sales, the prices don't go up, they go down because they're trying to clear everything out before they kind of hit with all like the rent and mortgages and all that type of stuff. So keep that in mind, that between the two, it's better for us having confidence in the game that the prices are going up. So fantastic. Here's the next thing I think we should be thinking about as well when it comes to this, is that I think we should also be realistic that even just the idea of like some of these things going up in price isn't really even a big deal at the end of the day. Now, I might be able to say that because I'm just financially unwise or something like that. But like when you look at it, like I said, we're like these relative products going over time, going up and up and up. Or maybe, this box started at $40, then it was $60, now it's $80. Oh boy. Well, the thing is that we're going to buy that box anyway, right? Like when the new Archon comes out or the new whatever, if it's $40, $60, $80, if it's competitive and I want it, that's my hobby budget. It's going to happen. I'm going to buy this thing. So that's not really going to change that much. So I really don't think we should be stressing on that part. What's more important to us is the actual component of the game. What's actually more important to us is the fact that they have balanced rules, that they have good products to be bringing in new players, that they have products to support competitive players, that they have good distribution, things like this, so that we can get models into our hands to play with them and to play a good game are vastly more important to us than is it $50 or $60, right? Like at the end of the day, it's more important that the game's good as opposed to like if that price point has a little bit of variation in it, right? So very important. And I think something else for us to be considering here now too is that there might be people out there saying, well, Malorian, you just mentioned distribution and that's a real problem. Well, it is a real problem, and Privateer Press is trying to fix that. And maybe one of the ways they're trying to fix that is to raise the money on some of these older models so that they can help account and be changing these streams and be getting them out. Again, I'm guessing. I don't work for Privateer Press. They don't talk to me. All I do is make mean memes about them. I don't know why they don't talk to me, but there you go. I mean, the thing is that what we're trying to see here and what they need to be doing, for all we can really guess, is that they're doing this to fix those things. You're already knowing that they're trying to fix it. This could be going along that way. So I think in the long run, that's what we should be focusing on. We should be focusing on the product. We should be focusing on the game. And at the very end, if the biggest thing we want to talk about is like, we're going to be caring about the financial status of this company, just because we want to know if we should be feeling comfortable, investing into this game. Like I said, the fact that the prices are going up means that they plan to sell it, as opposed to the prices going down and they're trying to clear it out because they want to just get out of the building, right? So that's something to be considering. So there you go. This is an extra I just want to kind of throw in there for people who are seeing these things and maybe getting worried or wondering what it's all about. So there you have it. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. And otherwise, we'll catch you later. Bye.